Welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Power podcast. I'm your host, Kendall Aaliyah.
And I'm Julia Renee.
And I'm Chloe. And this is Gym Girl Chats.
My headphones are so loud.
Oh, my headphones are crusty.
Crusty headphones.
We talk about this like nearly every week. Nearly every week, and I still haven't done anything about it.
That's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, we have Chloe here again.
Hello. Yay.
You guys like her for some
For
reason.
some reason.
For some reason, maybe.
Chloe episodes are my favorite.
Yeah, they are
personally.
fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought ours were good together, but
We've just been doing it for so long. It's nice to have someone new in the room.
we actually had somebody, this first one that we have, someone mentions Chloe.
Okay, perfect.
Which is great.
Today we're doing embarrassing embarrassing gym stories.
Yes.
Before we get into it, we were talking about how long some of these that you guys submit are, which nothing wrong with that. Your girl just has reading anxiety.
2 paragraphs.
And
only.
Chloe asked me if I hated popcorn reading as a kid. And the thing is, distinct core memory, and this is embarrassing for me, so I guess it goes slightly along with today's episode. In 4th grade, I gave our graduation speech from 4th grade into middle school. So I stood
Never
in front
in my
of...
life would I thought that's what you would do.
She's like, before my social anxiety came about.
Literally.
Before it kicked in.
Literally. So I stood in front of like the whole class, all the parents, whatever, did my speech, crushed it, didn't care at all. Moving forward, like the next few years were fine. In 9th grade, I got braces. And with those braces, I had an expander and your girl couldn't speak. Like simply the worst list
you were like,
ever.
So, welcome to class.
Literally awful. And it was the first day of school, or like the first week. It was the first week of school. We were going over like the curriculum for like the whole year, whatever. The teacher calls on me to read the entire syllabus. And I had gotten my braces 2 days before, so I could not speak. Halfway through, anxiety sets in. That was my first ever experience having a panic attack.
Dying.
She's like, since then, I have never spoken to another human being.
I start really sweating, and I'm like, okay, that was a one-off, weird. I just can't talk. Maybe it's the braces that are giving me anxiety. And then like a month later, the same thing happens in social studies, and I literally had to go to the nurse because I was gonna throw up.
Oh my! I guess word went around that Kendall's a great speaker. They're like, let's give her all the roles.
So I had to literally send an email out myself to all of my teachers and explain to them that I don't know what's going on. I think this is and I was in 9th grade, did I say? Or like 8th. I was like, I think I'm having panic attacks. Could we maybe just not call on me unexpectedly? And one time that same social studies teacher did it again, and I like freaked out, and I had to go to him after class, and I started crying, and he felt so bad because he was like, I knew that, and I had it in my notes, and I'm so
my last
sorry.
email.
Yeah, literally. So that's why I dropped out of high school.
Wait, really?
I graduated. I did online school. Yeah.
Shut up.
I like simply could not do in-person school anymore.
Wait, what was like the last straw?
I had moved to Texas, and just starting over again was enough for me. I did 1 year in Texas, and I was like...
Was it possibly your braces?
Possibly. That was the first straw. Anyway, so that is my background on why I hate reading on this podcast, because it gives me PTSD.
I would always like, because when you're popcorn... When you're popcorn reading, is it random?
Do people know what popcorn reading means?
That's
does everyone know?
What does it mean?
Yeah, I'll let you explain.
It's when you take turns reading.
Nice.
Thank you for that.
Usually you read and then you call who's next. Like, so your friends will keep calling you.
So there's no order.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like unexpected reading.
Well,
planned
sometimes,
reading.
Yeah, when
fine.
it goes in the order of the row,
then
like
you
that.
can read ahead.
Yes. I would sit there and read my sentence over and over and over again, and then it would come to me, and I'd be like, staring directly at the book like it had the answers. But wait, it did have the answers.
I was going to say, it does.
Yeah, but I hated that.
Yeah.
Now look at what we do.
Talk for a living.
Talk to a microphone for a living. This is great.
I can unplanned talk all day. It's like planned talking stresses me out.
Planned talking. Yeah, you should have seen Kendall when we used to do outlines.
Oh my God, I hated it.
She didn't like our outlines. But we still kind of do an outline.
We do a rough outline where we just jot down like talking points, but we used to like structure like MLA formatted like
MLA.
I don't know whose idea that was.
Yours. Anyway.
So I'm guessing I'm going to read this first one since Kendall might have a panic attack and run out.
We can make Chloe read some popcorn reading.
Chloe can read one too. Okay. First embarrassing gym story. This one says, "Hi, Julia, Kendall, and Chloe." Me. That's the only time you get recognized. So soak it up. This is so embarrassing, but I feel called to share it to this episode. Please keep this anonymous. This is more of a gym bathroom story rather than a workout story. So my boyfriend and I were a long distance couple at this time, and we were both very into weightlifting. I would send him videos of my workouts, pictures of my gym fit, and sometimes a mirror pic after my workout to show him the glute pump. LOL. That's cute. One time I was in a private changing stall where you pull a curtain to give you privacy. Or so I thought. Cue dramatic music.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is actually, she actually wrote this.
That's funny.
I just showered and was in the middle of changing and decided I want to send my boyfriend a spicy pic.
I'm just so scared for her.
Right?
I had a thong on, but hadn't put my shorts on yet. So I took a quick picture before doing so and started sending it to him. Again, this is in private, not in the locker room space. In the middle of standing, there's casually, in the middle of standing, there's casually with no pants on. Oh, yeah. She wrote it weird. The curtain flies open. And I look up into the mirror and see an elderly woman with the most mortified expression on her face when she realized it wasn't her stall and there was also a butt staring at her. She clutches her chest and goes, oh, I'm sorry.
Good heavens.
Good heavens. If I had pearls, I would clutch them. And tried to shield her eyes. The woman was absolutely petrified. Let me tell you, literally imagine that one part in SpongeBob where a fish is yelling, "My eyes!"
I use that all the time.
Right?
That and my leg.
My leg. She frantically backs away while covering her eyes with one hand and is waving her other hand around, trying to close the curtain. I quickly closed it for her and told her through the curtain that it was okay and not to worry about it. I was trying my best not to laugh. Lol. I could hear her pack up her things and speed walk out of the bathroom after that.
That's enough gym for today.
It's enough. She didn't even get to go to the gym. She's like, no, that's
She was like about to change to work out and just said, nope.
I don't even want to be here in the first place. This all happened in a span of about 15 seconds. I think this was so embarrassing for both of us, and I also felt bad for scaring her like that. Even though she entered the wrong room. But honestly, I found it more funny than anything. I told my boyfriend after it happened, and we still laugh about it to this day. As far as the woman, I saw her in the gym a couple times after that, and she definitely made an effort to avoid me. All in all, I learned that spicy pics are meant to be taken at home, and I don't trust curtain changing rooms anymore.
I hate them.
That if you're using one, there is a slight risk of unintentionally traumatizing an old woman. The end. Also, because I didn't specify in the story, yes, I put my shorts on immediately after the chaos. I wasn't just chilling in my underwear after that. I also waited a few minutes before leaving so we wouldn't run into each other on the way out. Don't you love when you're like leaving somewhere, but you guys leave the same way?
Oh, yeah.
I always book it out of places so no one can walk next to me. I was so scared she was going to open it while you were taking the pic because that is way more embarrassing. I don't know if I'm just...
You're like this?
Yeah. I think I'm just desensitized to like not caring if my butt is out where I wouldn't find this that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. But I also... know that if it actually did happen to me, I probably would be extremely embarrassed. So maybe, but I feel like worst case would have been you were still taking the pic. At least you were just standing there and not doing anything odd.
I'm just imagining her like turned over like this and has the phone. She's turning.
Yeah, right.
And she has the phone, but it's in selfie mode. And she's like,
oh, I was picturing just a more.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I take those every time I'm at the gym.
Right in the crib. I'm like, you got to get the crib.
It reminds me of that scene on Elf when she's like, get out of here. What are you doing?
Oh,
and then
he
goes, covers his eyes and runs into the locker.
Yeah.
Get out of here. It sounds like she whipped it open.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But also funny. It's like, okay, what have we learned today? If you're in a gym,
don't whip open curtains.
The curtain is closed. It means it's taken.
Yeah.
There's curtains at the Gold's Gym that I do my cardio at. So one morning I had to change in there. Now,
do they have hooks?
They have hooks to slide.
No, I mean to show that it's open and unused.
Yes.
Okay.
Use those.
People probably just walk out.
But obviously, if you don't use the hook to show that it is available for your sweaty butt to go in. If it's open, that means it's open. If it's closed, that means isn't that just common sense?
Yeah.
Someone needs to teach this.
I feel like everyone walks in on someone at least once or gets walked in on at least once, and then it never happens again because you learn.
Would you rather be walked in on or the other way around?
I'd rather be walked in on than walk in on someone else, I think.
Me too.
I'd rather walk in on someone else.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'd rather walk in on someone else.
I think I get worse secondhand embarrassment than I do firsthand embarrassment.
Yes.
Yeah. That I would feel really bad.
Yeah. But some people don't be locking their doors.
I know. Do you ever, if the lock breaks, you just kind of
I'm not kidding, at the gym yesterday, the first stall I go into, half of them, the like lock mechanism doesn't line up with and it's a new gym.
Dumb.
Like, I think they redid the bathrooms, and I'm like, how'd you mess all of these up differently? But this one just had nothing, but I was already like pants down and committing.
Yeah, I just like use your extendo
but it was so
arm.
far away. I'm not kidding. It was so far away. I was like, both hands reached as far as I could.
Your butt cheeks are like at the end of the seat.
And then you have to go to stand up to put your pants back on, so you have to risk that like split second of, okay, let's do this fast before someone somehow walks in. And I walked in on someone at a Buc-ee's once.
That's when your pants are down, but you place only your upper chest towards the back, and then you pull your
out of view.
That's what you do.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
You were at a Buc-ee's?
Yeah, I was at a Buc-ee's. This was like a year ago.
Boosies.
Boosies? Never heard that. Anyway, I walked in on this woman and her kid, and I was like, oh my God. Like, all of those specifically have like the red for if it's locked.
When people don't lock the doors and there's nothing wrong with the lock, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It is your fault. I almost get mad at you for making me walk in on you.
How dare you make me walk in on you?
I know. Yeah. Okay, who wants to read the next one? It's shortish.
I can read the next one, I guess. Hi, ladies. Absolutely love your potty. I love that they call it
potty.
I'm writing in with an embarrassing gym story. I was at the gym today, smashing my training session, glutes, love that for you, and rocking a cute blue halter bra. I just finished up at the vertical leg press machine and was putting away. This is when my anxiety sets in.
I was gonna say.
I was putting away the weights when I had to shimmy in between the machine and a pedestal fan. Is that one of those big fans?
I think I remember her sending in a photo on DMs.
We can include the photo.
Like a standing.
Okay, thank you. That was next to it.
Shh. Don't spoil it.
To get to my bag. Next thing I know, the front of my halter bra gets hooked on the side of the fan, and out pops my boob. Oh no. My face is already red from training, but I could feel it go to a shade darker as I quickly secured my top back into place. The whole ordeal was a split second and in the corner of the gym, so I'm not sure if anyone saw, but it made me double think about the structural integrity of cute gym tops. Honestly, fair for future fits. And yes, I stayed and finished my session. Love that for you. Hashtag a confident and no one will question you. Act confident and no one will question you.
Big facts.
Couldn't be me, but love that for you. Has this ever happened to you guys? Or have you ever worn a questionable top and it like has almost happened to you?
I think this has happened to me at the gym.
Like full boob out?
One boob.
Okay, it sounds like it was a one boob for her. It sounded like because the halter top cuts in.
Yeah,
it sounded like
out of not a nip slip. The whole thing.
No, a nip. But one thing that I often do, especially when I'm wearing a bra at the gym that I know is like smaller and I have to be more careful. There's times where I'll just be walking around and I just
a little feel
that they're all in there
to make sure that they're in, and then I'm like put my hands down. I'm like, okay, cool, we're good. Keep going.
I'm so proud of you for finishing your workout because this would be enough for me to switch gyms.
I'm gonna go home. Bye.
Kendall would trip on the gym floor and go home.
And not even go home. I would move states. I would move countries.
She would cancel school and go to online school instead.
Very, very me thing to do. I was, speaking of school, I was at school once. It was the first day, just sharing other people's embarrassing stories to make myself feel better. I was at school. It was the first day of school. I want to say it was like freshman or sophomore year. And this girl walks into our class and she has on like a halter romper. And I look over at her just like, grazing who's in this class with me. Her boobs out and in her hand. And I watched her just like scoop it back into place. And she thought no one saw her. I saw her. I didn't tell her for like 2 years. And then I was like,
I saw your boob scoop.
I saw your boobs.
Because we weren't really friends. Like we had classes together like previously, but like we weren't on like a hangout basis.
We weren't on your boob was out basis.
Like a year or two later, I was like, do you remember that time, first day of school when your boob came out? Yeah, I saw that.
She was like,
She's like, I've been thinking about that every day. Why'd you have to bring that up?
Honestly,
no,
probably.
she's like, I had just forgotten that. You brought it back up.
So mean of me.
Re-traumatized me.
But yeah, either way, I feel like boobs are hard to.
Yeah,
Boobs
but some
are
of the
really hard to
bras-
navigate.
Yeah, some of the bras they be making these days, like the one bra that I always see every girl wearing that I just want to wear so bad, but I know it might be a terrible idea.
The Gymshark one?
Is that Gymshark one.
Wait, which one?
The one Whitney Simmons calls a titty bra.
The titty bra. The
one?
Whitney Simmons to me.
It's like perfectly like V-neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that all of the girls
Those
wear.
I can do. Bandeau tops.
Those
I have
also scare me.
no clue
That's
how
kinda
girls
what it
are working out in
Looks
those.
like it's very thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like the same material. It's just these have straps, it seems. Like
Okay.
it covers.
Straps I could handle.
Yeah, I think the straps are safer than the halter because the halter comes down, you
It goes
see
very
both
far.
boobs.
I have no clue how it isn't around everyone's waist. Like, how is that thing staying up when you're like shoulder pressing and lat pull down and
Like,
there's no way it would stay
The
up?
other day, I had like a brief moment of wearing a bandeau thing, and it's not even a workout one. It's just like a regular one. And then I just thought about the repercussions that could possibly follow. And I was like, I better put a shirt over this just in case.
Good idea. It would be cute for like a photo shoot. I
this
just
one,
don't know
right?
how people.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not that
The
like
titty bra.
that crazy.
Chloe, do you want to read the next one?
Sure.
Anything to keep me from
Oh.
reading.
Yeah, for example, that bra, one jump and
I normally work out alone.
donezo. Okay. I normally work out alone because I focus so much more. But Thursday, I invited a new friend I just made from the gym. We met up and everything was going great. We were doing legs, quad focused. Yay, quads. LOL. Anyway, we're probably 3 to 4 exercises in. We've pretty much seen who's all around the gym, and I've already spotted a little gym crush I have. He happened to be 5 to 6 feet away from us. Well, my friend who we've only ever done cardio together, she's on her set of dumbbell front squats. And me, without realizing that the weight was too heavy, am cheering her on to push more reps. She finally reached 15 and drops the weight on the ground where the weights bounce toward the gym crush, almost taking out his ankles.
Damn it.
Oh my, I was so embarrassed, and all I could do was laugh because she didn't mean to, but he looked almost furious. Easy to say. I'm sure he noticed me too.
At least you weren't the one to drop it. At least it was your friend, I suppose. Me trying to make all these people feel better.
Kendall's like,
I'm like,
okay.
don't be embarrassed.
It's okay. We can
I've done
save
worse.
it.
I feel like I relate to every embarrassing story because I've just done so much embarrassing things.
I thought
in
it
my
was going to
life.
be a meet cute.
A what?
I thought it was going to be a meet cute.
I was too focused on reading.
Do you know what a meet cute is?
No.
It's like okay, a girl is walking around downtown and she has like her paper. No. A girl's walking
anything
around
that's not meeting
with
someone
her
online.
books, and
Got
then
it.
she like drops it on the floor, and then a guy goes to pick it up for her, and they're both reaching for it, and then they all at the same time go.
And then they're in love.
Something
Yeah.
that would be on
got
the
it.
movie.
Got it.
Something
He picks
that
up her heavy
doesn't
dumbbell and romantically
Yes.
hands it back to her.
And except or it could have gone even funnier where it just kept going and it like sidelined his ankle and he just went.
Yeah, and then you have a fun story to tell at your wedding one day.
That's
Goes all the
cute.
way
You want to know
across
how
the gym.
mommy and daddy met? I broke his ankles.
She was
I,
mine ever since.
I was at the gym yesterday, 2 days ago, hitting legs, and it was one of my first time. I feel like I'm usually good about dropping a heavy weight. This was my first time. It bounced back at me and like
It was
hit
mad at
me
you.
in my ankle, and that hurt. It hurt bad, so I get it.
I've
Usually
definitely
I'm pretty
dropped a
good.
plate on my toe. Lost a toenail,
Ooh.
bruised, finally
Ew.
grew back.
I've definitely never
Yeah.
done that.
One time, I had just filled up my water bottle, and it was back when me and Julie were living together. And it was one of those really heavy stainless steel bottles, like one of these. I dropped it, and it hit right on my toe.
I remember that.
And
It was funny.
I fell to the floor, and Julia wouldn't stop laughing at me. And it made me want to strangle her, but I couldn't because
Such
my
a
toe hurt
sibling
so bad.
response.
It's like I couldn't because I was on the floor in the fetal position.
Dying.
Yeah, you had a bruised toe for a while.
The same thing happened to my brother, but with like a battery, like one of those like huge car battery. We were, I'm not kidding. We were like 6 and 7, and we were like, I think my dad was like cleaning out some storage thing, and we were like, we're gonna help. And my brother, the first thing he picked up, he dropped down in his toe, immediate black and blue, fell off the next day. It was like a whole ordeal.
His toe fell off the next day?
Yeah.
Toe just gone?
The toe nail.
Sorry, the nail.
I was going to say.
His whole toe.
That.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. But
now
same
we call
thing,
him
I
four
just
toes.
stood there laughing my ass off because it's my brother, you know.
It's true. You're like, ah. Now as an adult, you're like, oh my God, are you okay? That's usually what happens first.
No, you would still laugh.
I still laugh.
I'd still laugh at you. And then maybe be like, are you okay? That's how you know I've grown. Okay, the next one says...
Wait.
What?
We were at dinner together for Father's Day, and I have my home screen like all decorated. And I was like, Julia, do you like my home screen? Her immediately, no. and then I was like, really? She goes, just kidding. It's cute. And I was like, sometimes you tell me you've grown, but then sometimes your little demons come out.
Respectfully, I'm not sure if I could live through Julia being my sister.
No,
because I feel like
horrible.
Being her friend, she's forced to be nice to me.
I just straight up was like, no. And then like that was...
And then she's like, ooh, back up.
And then I was like, that was pretty.
Actually,
it was really pretty. I was just being a turd.
This happened to me last night where there's this new anime I'm watching, and one of my brothers is the biggest anime fan. So I know he'd like it. Like, it's similar to 2 other shows. I sent him a paragraph. Have you seen this show? Is how I started it. And I explained it's kind of like this show, but mixed with this show. You would like it. Great throw on show. You could watch it while your kid's at daycare. Like, giving him a whole thing, and he just responds no. And I go, I love texting you so much.
I would
You're
have
so
been
fun
like,
to text.
too many words. No.
Well, like, it wasn't that much, but I like that he was just like, no, haven't seen it. And I'm like, okay.
It's like when you text, when you text your dad anything, there's that thing going around,
Yeah,
and it's like you text your dad anything, it's just a thumbs up. It's like,
I saw
hey,
one.
Dad, I got home safe. Hey, Dad, I murdered someone. Hey, Dad, I got married. Thumbs up.
It was
Our dad, it's okay with the ellipses.
Yeah. Okay. ...
Wait, really?
Our daddy
That's so ominous.
He
dots everything.
He uses it as a comma, and it's so
Okay.
weird. I don't get it.
I saw one post because it was just Father's Day where someone was like, happy Father's Day, love you so much, you're the best dad ever. And he just responds, driving. Like, get to this later.
That's so cute. Anyways,
Dads are
back to
funny.
my gremlin that Chloe was talking about. Don't you guys ever feel that way where like your inner gremlin comes out first before your self-aware person comes out?
When I
Someone
haven't
says something
eaten.
and you're like, and then you're like, wait, that's not what a self-aware
That's
person...
not what I align with anymore.
That's not...
but
the
it
old
sneaked
me.
out.
It just eked out a little bit. That's it. That was all that happened, okay?
Your ice pack. I forgot
Sorry, I
you
have an
had
ice
it.
pack because I'm hot.
It just made a sound, and I was like, what is going on? But,
Honestly,
okay,
that's
then I remembered.
genius. Okay. Hey, Julia and Kendall. Here's an embarrassing gym story for you.
I'm going to address me.
And Chloe.
And Chloe. Sorry, I was not as important as Kendall and Julia, but she's still here. I was doing vertical leg press when my boyfriend walked over and stood in front of me mid-set. I stopped my set, took my headphones, and asked him, "What's up?" He said, "Put your legs back on the sled and let me take a picture." I was confused, but I did it. Mind you, this is a vertical leg press, so my legs are in the air. Oh, okay. He takes a picture of my leggings and turns his phone around to show me. My leggings were see-through. No, not just sheer, see-through. How you see through, ? You could see into my butt crack if you know what I'm saying. I did not finish my set, and those leggings are now in the trash. PSA, they were pink by Victoria's Secret leggings. Thank you both for all of the time you put into this pod. I love you both and your amazing souls.
You all
It makes
three
me
of us.
so mad that like see-through things are just so common now. And they need to go through more testing. Like, you can claim
Agreed.
it's squat proof, but still, Are you really squatting all the way down?
I prescribe to go to Hope Scope. She has first off a video doing it, but also a downloadable like PDF file that she made. She bought this thing that tracks how much light goes through something, and she tested literally every legging brand I've ever heard of in my whole life, and like fully ranked them like percentage wise best to worst squat proofness. Highly recommend, because I'm someone like this where like it is traumatizing to me to think that someone could see all of my bits when I'm doing a leg press or bent over or whatever. So I totally understand.
Since it's depending on the lighting when you're at home, you can only bend down so far to how much you can see, and then you may not have good lighting.
A vertical leg press, like you're stretching those things.
A vertical leg press is when you're laying down on your back, and the press is above your head, and you're pushing it above your head.
Oh, I was picturing the one that you're laying down, so I was like, how is she worse? The butt?
Like it's that, but there's nothing covering the butt because you're fully vertical.
Yep.
So. Poor girl.
I love how she just was like, okay, I'll get back down and do another
set.
Like,
let me get a picture.
While you take a photo.
Yeah, I thought it was going somewhere creepier.
But honestly, that's really nice of him to do. That
but
he was like,
he didn't have to take a photo. He could have just said it.
No, but I feel like he's like proof.
How see-through.
And I do love that she also told us what exact leggings they were and where you find them, because it's like all of you avoid it.
Yeah, that's why I recommend Hope Scope's PDF. If you're someone where this is your biggest fear, mine as well, just go take a gander, because she did the work for you. You don't even have to try them on.
It is hard to check your own squat test.
I used to film. Like I used to set up my camera and like do a squat like in the changing room or when I first bought things just to test them out.
And there's so many different fabric combinations too that are more see-through than not.
Yeah.
There's polyester, and there's cotton, and there's
enlighten us.
The other ones.
There's the other ones.
Elastane.
Nylon
spandex.
Do you want to read the last one, Kendall?
I suppose.
Meaning no.
Hello, if I'm forced. Hello, beautiful, strong ladies with this little smirky face. Hello. This embarrassing gym event happened about 5 years ago. That's how you know it haunts her still. This was my abs era, and I was determined to have abs at least once in my lifetime, LOL. After I had finished my set of squats, I decided to do abs by the dumbbell area. Of course, I had to wait for a bench because all of them were occupied. Before I used the bench, I thought, hey, let me eat a little bar and drink my C4. I was not so educated on the best tasting pre at the time, so C4 was the shit. That's how she typed it for little old me. Finally, the bench opens up. I don't know why, but I get so scared for these while I'm reading them, where I'm like, what's going to happen? Finally, the bench opens up, and I station myself to get ready to do some leg raises on the bench. As I do my first few reps, I feel a little too light. I decided to add weight at the bottom by my feet and do leg raises like that. I raise my legs, and out comes an extremely loud fart. Knew it was coming from my hoo-ha. Oh, even worse. Oh no. In other words, a queef. That word is so funny to me. I'm such a child. I'm so sorry. As I try processing what had just happened, I lock eyes with one man who decided to work out with no headphones. I give him that, hey, at least I did the leg raise, and continued on my workout. Takes.
That sucks.
What are the odds that you're right next to the one dude that doesn't wear headphones?
Yeah.
I know. I always look around me to see if someone's wearing headphones.
I preemptively do. I will not share who this is because they asked me not to. So very vaguely, I asked someone in my life, I said, do you have any embarrassing gym stories? Because we're doing a podcast tomorrow. And they repeated and said, every time I do abs, I fart the whole time. And I was like, okay.
What is it about
was not
abs?
expecting you to be that honest with me.
Is it the up and down with the legs?
Like you're genuinely squeezing your... And like air is compressing in different ways. That's what I think happened to her. Maybe. I feel like honestly that is less embarrassing than a real fart because your body's not really producing it. It's more of like a.
But honestly, how do you? I don't think they would have known the difference.
Shifting of air.
True.
I don't think they would have noticed which one
but
was
you
which.
Know.
They're like, oh, she definitely shit her pants.
And that one guy's like, man, what kind of workout she doing?
It happens sometimes. I feel like it happens commonly during abs and during I've heard people say during squats because you squeeze your core so aggressively.
Yeah.
So don't be embarrassed about that one. It's a bodily function.
Yeah, I've definitely done that a time or two.
Though.
Yeah.
Has anyone noticed though?
No.
That's where it's too far.
No, because I'm under the impression of if I can't hear you, you can't hear me. If I don't see you, you can't see me. I
went to the bathroom at the gym yesterday and I thought of you because I was like, usually I'm a little pee shy.
I thought of you when I peed.
Yeah, I did. Because you've said this and you've said it pertaining to the bathroom as well. And I'm like,
turn up the volume.
My headphones are up pretty loud. If I can't hear them, they can't hear me. I would channel Julia.
Yeah, it's very, what's it called? Blissfully unaware? No.
Yeah, that works.
Huh?
Sure.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance.
Do you guys have any embarrassing stories that have happened in or out of the gym? It could be a normal life thing. I feel like I share enough every episode.
I know. I was trying to think of one on the way here, but I couldn't.
I don't really think so. Not that I can think of recently. I shared my last one last time when I missed the rack on the squat on the Smith machine, and it went back. Luckily, it went back behind me and just slammed in the middle of a busy gym, and everybody looked at me, and then people had to come help me pick it up. That was sad.
There's a new hip thrust at my gym, and it's such a weird, I don't know what the designer was thinking, because the hip thrust itself is awesome, so I keep using it, but the handle, you know how you... What?
Sorry, I'm thinking of my own story now.
Okay. I thought you were making fun of me.
Ignore me.
Share it. Don't forget it, because this is a quick one. You have to raise your hips up to get the weight off, and then you push the handle away.
Yes.
Which that's common, but this one goes so far away.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
When it's time to bring it back, you have to time halfway thrusting to shift over, because if you go too far, now it's too far. If you're too high up, you can't reach it. It's been a nightmare, and twice now I've missed the handle, and it's just so embarrassing.
Even for your long ass arms?
Yeah, and I do have long ass arms.
She has long arms. I would be like...
They need to add something, a second handle.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It goes way too far.
Yeah. What's yours?
What's yours, Chloe?
I'll tell mine in a second, but this video I saw yesterday, it reminded me of the story that you told with the what's the one that your feet go in?
Oh yeah.
The hyperextension.
And she just fell forward off the
I still have people sending me videos of hyperextensions. It's haunting me. That's the downside to this podcast.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
No, I got a tickle.
Take your time.
Sorry.
Drink some water if you need.
This lady, you know how the feet hooks, and then it's the thing. She put her feet this way, and then her back was this way.
Oh, that
and then her
painful.
feet was where your back was. So she gets it.
Please send it to me.
I thought I saved it, but I don't think I did because I wanted to send it to you.
We'll try to find
and so
it.
she falls forward, and people are like, "Ma'am, what made you think that was going to hold you?"
That's ridiculous.
Hey. Talk your crap, but I've done it, and I would like to accredit myself as a pretty knowledgeable gym goer.
That's one of those moments where it's okay to ask how to use a machine. It's okay.
The thing is, I had used that machine so many times. I was just having an off day.
You forgot the biggest step, hooking
the
your feet
only step.
Yeah, literally the only step.
The one that I was thinking of was, it's not gym related, but I think I had forgot something, and I was rushing in my apartment, and I was going up the stairs a little too fast, and this guy was walking on the other side of the stairs, and I'm running up, and then of course I fall and hit my knee. And if I fall, I don't want you to say anything, please. Yeah. Even if you saw it, just shut up.
That's how I feel. Yeah, don't ask if I'm okay. Don't help me up.
Yeah. And the guy goes, and I was like, oh, no one saw that. And then I hear, oh, are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
It's almost like it hurts more. It's more painful when someone also recognizes that it happened.
And then I couldn't stop laughing.
At least you can be in denial and be like, no, it didn't happen. Nobody saw it.
There was one time.
You didn't see me. I didn't see you.
I'm sharing my mom's story. There was one time we were on a road trip. I can't remember. We've done many road trips together. I think we were going to Indiana from New York. So a 16, 18 hour drive, long drive. And so I'm asleep. It's the middle of the night. And when I wake up in the morning, she is bloody kneed, bloody shinned, and like hands bloody. I was like, what happened? Like it's
There's
4 a.m. What happened? Literally. She explained to me that it was like 3 a.m. She stops at a gas station to run in to get a snack. Cause when she gets like a little sleepy while driving, and I was too young to drive at this time. I was probably like 13, 14. That she was running in to get a snack to like keep her awake for a few more hours while driving to like make it to the morning. And I guess on her way in, she didn't see a curb and just flatlines. And she was like, thank God you were not awake, because all you would have seen is like my mom's running. My mom's gone. She's disappeared. She said she looked over and there was this couple in a car, both just hysterically laughing. And she was just like, and my mom, I know you guys don't all know what she looks like, but she's like barely 5 feet tall. Like so adorable blonde lady, like pepping her stuff.
She's
the
like,
curb beat her that day. Yeah, I don't let her live that one down.
That reminds me of one. I was at a mall with Mama actually, and I was looking down texting on my phone, and I ran into a pole while texting, and this lady on the opposite side, she was like,
so funny.
It's so hard not to like. I laugh at my own. I'd rather someone laugh at my embarrassing thing than ask
I will
if I'm
happily
okay.
be laughed at and laugh with you.
Like, the few times I've run into things and people I've seen it, I laugh and make them laugh because I'm like, we need to laugh this off or I'm going to cry.
Laugh with me. Laugh. Do it or I'll think about this all day.
Truly.
Sometimes like when the people who are texting and looking down like while walking, I want to step in front of them and act like a pole. And just like,
you should be paying more attention.
It would be really funny.
It wasn't truly embarrassing, but yesterday for the first time ever, I was like, I should try pull-ups, which like, why would I ever?
Whose idea was that?
It's a stupid idea.
It was me trying to think I was like an athlete I started running and now I'm like, I can do anything. Like, it's like, I can't. So I try one by myself first. Can't do it, obviously. I did one and I was like, nice, I can do one. So I went to try to do that trick where you use like the loop band to go around and you pull it through.
I had
to YouTube it because I'm scared of it. So I was like, let's make sure I do this right. The only loop band my gym has is I'm not kidding, like 7 inches thick, like the thickest loop band in the world. So I do it and now I'm trying to get my foot in, but it's like up here. So I'm like maneuvering my foot.
Just monkey barring it.
Thing. By the time I get on it, it's like weighs more than me. Yeah, I could stand on the thing and it's not moving.
And you're just up there doing little bounces. You're like,
fully. So I gave up and said pull-ups are not for me. But that is one of those instances where I was like, I've always wanted to try those. And the one time I tried, it didn't work at all. But that's okay.
So you decided to cancel your membership and you're never going to do it again.
If more people were around, yes. But it was just me and this lady and her kid. So I was fine.
Yeah, you know that assisted pull-up machine?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you know how it's like backwards to where the more weight you put, the easier it is?
Yeah.
I saw a video of this lady. She was like, POV, like you made the gym your life. And then she takes the thing and puts it all the way down. And she's doing the assisted pull-ups. And I was like, that's me.
That is also me. Pull-ups will never be my thing. I also did push-ups after because I was like, redemption.
Let's do a little easier one.
It was already the end of my workout. Like when I decided to try these things, I could do 5 push-ups at the end of yesterday's workout. And like home. Then at that point, I'm like trying 5 different exercises and I'm like, maybe I'm done. And today my chest is so sore from those 5 push-ups. I just don't train chest like that.
Yeah,
and I've cut down on how much I'm training upper body, so it gets so sore out when
I'm pretty sore from mine.
How were y'all during the fitness gram as children?
I hold the record, baby.
The fitness gram.
What's that?
Like the push-up test.
Something about Julia says she doesn't remember anything from childhood ever.
I literally don't.
It's okay. I blocked a lot out.
Okay, does this remind you?
Where the one guy says, shh, ding. Shh.
Yes.
Down.
The fitness gram pacer test will begin now.
You're so good at that.
Ding. I killed it.
Sounded old.
I set a record. Like I made it a point to set. I was that
like running.
I was very competitive as a kid.
For example, do you remember this one?
Huh?
When you gotta bend and then you gotta touch
your
right now.
You gotta touch your fingers.
My long ass arms could do that all day.
I'm like,
with ease.
I'm like, did I get it? Did I get it?
Oh, guys, I can't pass the fitness gram because I'm too buff.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, push-ups were my thing as a kid. Pull-ups too. I lost all of that when I quit gymnastics.
I remember in elementary school, it was really cool if you went really far. But then by the time you went to middle school, everyone's like, let's just do the minimum and then we'll sit out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
I made like, why put in
and they were like, yeah, if you try, you're not cool anymore.
That's so funny.
And me, my competitive nature was like, but now I don't have any competition.
Yeah, I wonder I feel like gymnastics aged Kendall. So like up until I was like 10 or 11 I was aggressively competitive. Like I would arm wrestle every person I met. And then I lost it all. I think I got it all out of my system. Yeah, and I realized how annoying I was.
Meh.
I don't care that much.
What are you trying to say?
I still get, no.
Julie's like, let's arm wrestle right now. Is that a
challenge? But I feel like, what was I going to say? Now I lost it. It's okay. I still am like weirdly competitive about some things. I just don't voice it. It's just
more like in your head, you make it up. You're like, this guy who's standing next to me at the gym, we're in a competition. We're in a full-on competition, and he has no idea.
Do you ever like lose? And you're like, I don't even care anyway. That's what I do.
Literally.
I don't even care anyway.
They like haven't looked at you once.
You're a loser if you care about this. Well, wait, I have a story.
What is it?
Go.
So I posted some Hannah Montana memes today.
They were so good, funny. By the way. We were laughing at them before you came.
And I put on the story, what's the best Hannah Montana song? And someone said Nobody's Perfect. And it reminded me of when Julie and I were kids, and our dad had a stereo, and we made a choreographed dance to Nobody's Perfect.
Like always did choreographed.
That was me with Austin.
We did them together all the time.
We would watch America's Best Dance Crew, and we thought we were like full on like doing some, like it was, we took it so seriously.
How do you not laugh at your kids as parents?
When I see other children in like public and they're just yapping away, and the so parents cute. Like, yeah, and I'm like, ooh, a flashback to all the times I would talk to my mom and telling her the stupidest, pointless stuff that wasn't even funny, and then she just had to pretend to listen.
She still does.
I know.
But yeah, we did like a choreographed dance. And this was an old stereo, mind you, and it kept skipping at the exact same part, and then so we play it, and then it would be like, focus, putting the hands down, and then it'd be like, dun, 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 dun. Everybody makes mistake, and then it goes, and then it would stop, and they'll be like, oh, take it out, wipe it, clean it, spit on it, blow it, put it back, play. Then we get serious again, and it was just like over and over and over. We're like, oh my God, forget it.
I can so picture
when you used to get the CD and just blow it, and that would do the trick. You just stick it back in.
Everybody makes mistakes.
I'm literally crying.
Bring you back to those childhood
Yes,
memories.
because I seriously don't remember anything from my childhood. Chloe remembers more about my childhood than I do.
That was bad timing.
That was
a nose blow for those
snotted in your guys'
for those
ear.
listening only.
Oh gosh, that was so funny.
I luckily have all of mine on record. All of my embarrassing dances are filmed, and I could pull them up at any time. And one is on YouTube, and I will never tell you how to find it because it makes me want. My brother loves pulling it up. He loves pulling it up randomly.
Why don't we show yours, Julia?
Nope, shut up.
Nope.
Exactly.
Moving on.
I need to get yours so I can blackmail your ass if you ever try to post mine.
I remember that, like, no matter what group I was in, if we did, like, even with my friends, if we did, like, choreographed dance, like, you always did it, but I was always so serious about it. And I'd get so mad if people messed up. I would be like that girl on the side that would be like, Kendall, it's a 1, 2, 3, not a 1, 2, 3. And I'd be like, start again.
No, I'm not kidding. That was me.
Everybody makes mistakes. Like, I just take it so seriously. And especially with Chloe, because she would be like, I'm tired. I'd be like, no, it's like 5 a.m.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it until we get it right.
What's that Abby sound?
Oh yeah,
she says.
I was basically.
And we're all gonna have fun.
And we're all gonna have fun. My stomach hurts. We gotta.
My tummy hurts.
Anyways, that's it.
That's all.
Yeah,
that's all, folks.
As always.
I love you all, and thank you so much. You're birthday. Bye.
He crushed it.
stole my thunder. Do it again. That wasn't right.
No.
I don't know our outro, being completely real.
Anyways, we love you all so much.
Anyways.
And you are more powerful than you think.
Bye.